Rain always makes a Formula 1 race interesting. Be it interesting strategy calls, cars crashing out, or struggling to find grip, rainy weather never fails to impress us and often give us surprising winners. The seventh race in the 2011 Formula 1 calendar, which took place in Canada, was one such classic. Sebastian Vettel put his car on pole on Saturday ahead of the Ferraris of Alonso and Massa, and Webber and Hamilton starting in the 4th and 5th position. The 70-lap race had a wet start with all the cars starting on the wet tires behind the safety car. When the safety car came in at lap 5, Vettel started extending his lead while situation kept changing behind him. Hamilton and Webber collided, Button went wide, and several drivers lost their positions due to the incidents. Between laps 7 and 8, Hamilton attempted to overtake Schumacher, failed and went wide, costing him his position. He tried to regain the position by overtaking Button on the straights, and it ended up in a collision which forced Hamilton to retire on lap 8. Hamilton's retirement resulted in another safety car which stayed on until lap 13. During the safety car pitted, Jenson Button pitted, changing to inters, but was hit with a drive-through penalty for speeding behind the safety car. But the situation changed again during lap 19 when heavy rain hit the circuit, which resulted in all the drivers out on inters to change back to wets. The safety car came back soon, but the race had to be red flagged only a few laps later because of the strong weather conditions. The race remained red flagged for the next 2 hours due to heavy rain. When the race resumed, Vettel was in front while Button was back in the 10th place. The situation improved soon after, with most of the cars back in the pits to change to inters. While Button re-entered from the pit lane, he was extremely close to Alonso, and on turn 3, both cars collided, bringing the safety car back on track. Race resumed soon after, with Vettel retaining the lead. Button, however, suffered a puncture on his tires and had to change them. When he re-entered, he was in the last position. When condition improved further, DRS was allowed on lap 46 and drivers started switching to slick tires. Button, who had gained a lot of positions in between, pitted as well and soon made up place up to 4th. But the lead had been unchanged from the beginning, Vettel holding his position ahead of Schumacher and Webber. Soon after, another incident between Heidfeld and Kobayashi resulted in Heidfeld's retirement and another safety car. When the race resumed, the battle continued in the front between Schumacher and Webber for the second place as Maldonado retired after spinning off the track. The battle up ahead allowed Button to catch up on both the drivers, gaining second place by lap 64. Button was closing in on Vettel, and on lap 69, he set the fastest lap of the race. When the 70th and the final lap began, Vettel was close to 1 second ahead of Button but ran wide on turn 6, letting Button pass. Vettel did recover though and finished second at the end of the race. Webber won his battle against Schumacher, finishing third. The race was not devoid of controversies. Hamilton after the race said Button should have been penalized for crashing onto him. Many drivers including Alonso criticized the safety car deployment and duration. The race set a record of the longest Formula 1 race in history with more than 4 hours, including the 2-hour red flag duration. With 5 pit stops, 1 drive-through penalty and collisions, Button managed to battle through the field several times to win the race. This race was perhaps the best race of Jenson Button's entire career. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel if you like to watch similar content, and stay tuned to I Am Formula for everything Formula 1. Until next time, take care and stay safe.